Hi guys, welcome to the New Wave classes for mathematics. This is your host Jatin. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss about some of the graphical question. As I have told in my previous lecture that in this lecture we are going to discuss how to draw the graphs, how to find the solutions of a pair of linear equations using graphs. Right friends, so let's start the exercise 3.2 and the first question of exercise 3.2. If you read the first question of exercise 3.2, it's given that the number of students in a class is 10. The number of students in a class is 10 and the number of girls is 4 more than number of boys, and we have to represent them on graph and find the solution. So let's see how we do this. So this is the question. It's given number of students is 10 and the number of boys we suppose is x and number of girls we suppose is 5. Now since the total number of students is 10, so it means that x plus 5 will be equal to 10. And it's also given that the number of girls is 4 more than boys, so we have the equation y minus x equals to 4. Now to represent these equations on the graph, we have to find some solutions. Some solutions like this. So what we do, I have found out two solutions for the first equation, that is x plus y equal to 10. One is 3, 7 and the other is 4, 6. Similarly, for the other equation y minus x equals to 4, the first solution is again 3, 7 and the second is 2, 6. So I have already done on the board. If you see, this is the graph, right? These are the coordinate axes. We have the point where the two axes meet is called origin, and that is the 0. And from here only we start taking the points, right? So this is 3, 7. So 3, 7 is this point. X is 3, y is 7, and the second point for the first line is 4, 6. So this is the second point. So we just draw the line. Similarly, for the second equation, we have this line. So the point where the two lines meet, lines meet is basically the solution of the pair of equations. So the point where they meet is 3, 7, right? So it means the value of x is 3 and value of y is 7. It means the number of boys are 3 and the number of girls are 7. Now let's see the next question. It's given 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost rupees 50. Cost of 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost 50, and 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost 46. So we have to represent it on the graph and find the solution. So we suppose that the cost of 1 pencil is equal to rupees x and the cost of 1 pen is equal to rupees y. So according to the question, we have the first equation as cost of 5 pencils becomes 5x, cost of 7 pens becomes 7y. Now adding these two, we get 5x plus 7y equals to 50. Similarly, for the second one, they say cost of 7 pencils and 5 pens is 46. Cost of 1 pencil is x, so cost of 7 pencils will be 7x. Similarly, cost of 1 pen is y, cost of 5 pens will be 5y. So adding these two, we get the second equation 7x plus 5y equal to 46. Now what we have to do, we have to find two solutions, minimum two solutions are required. So this is the way I have just found it out. The first one is 3, 5 and the other one is 10, 0. Similarly, for the second equation, 3, 5 and 8, minus 2. Now we represent both the lines on the graph in this way. Right? I'll just show you the graph also. I've made it for you. So this is the way you will make the graph. You can see it. I will be sharing the pics of this graph in the description. You can just check it out, the links in the description, and you can just go through the graphs, right? So if you see carefully, this is the way I have done here also. So what is there? One point is 3, 5 for here and the other is 10, 0. We join them, write the equation over the line, and similarly for the second one 3, 5 and 8, minus 2. Now what we have to find the common solution, and the common solution is 3, 5. So the answer here is, the solution is 3, 5. Now what is the x here? X was pencil. So what we write, that the cost of one pencil is rupees x and cost of one pen is equal to rupees y. So this was about the first question of this exercise. Second and third question we have already discussed regarding the consistency of the solutions of the equations. So now we go to the fourth question of this exercise. If you read to the fourth question, what we have to do? First we have to check whether the given conditions are consistent or inconsistent, as we have discussed in the previous lecture also, by comparing the constant and the coefficients of the given equation. If it is consistent, then we have to draw the graph. If it is not consistent, then we will not be drawing the graph, right? Let's see the first part of the fourth question. It's given. The fourth question, first part, it is given as x plus y equals to 5, and the second equation is given as 2x plus 2y equals to 10. So now how to check if the solution is consistent or not? We compare the coefficients, we find the ratios of the coefficients, right? So here a1 upon a2. a1 is this, the coefficient of x is 1 here, and here it is 2. Then we take b1 by b2. This is 1 by 2. Then we take c1 by c2. This is 5 by 10, and this again becomes 1 by 2. So what we have, this is a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. So since all the ratios are equal, we say it is a consistent solution and forms infinite many solutions basically, right? So we say it is consistent solution. So now if it is consistent solution, what we have to do? We have to represent the solution on the graph, right? So for that we will have to find minimum 2 points to represent on the graph. So for the first one, that is x plus y equals to 5. So what we do? We put the values. I take 2 for x and it becomes 3. If I take 3, it becomes 2, right? And then for the second one, this is for x plus y equals to 5. And then for the next one, it will be again same. If I take x equals to 0, y becomes 5. If I take x equals to 1, it becomes 4. So these are the two solutions, and then we have to represent them on the graph. And I have the graphical solution with me. Yeah, you can check the graphical solution of this question. You can see this. This is the solution I have given. This is the fourth question, first part. You can see the 2 lines I have given, and maybe the solution which I have taken here and which is on the graph is a little bit different. You can check the pics of this graph in the description section. I will be providing the links with them. Right, now we go to the second part. Second part, the equation is given as x minus y equals to 8 and 3x minus 3y equals to 16. So these are the two equations. So first of all, we compare the ratio. So a1 upon a2, this is 1 by 3. Then b1 by b2, this is minus 1 by minus 3. Cancelling the negative term on the numerator and denominator, we get 1 by 3. And then c1 by c2 is 8 by 16. This becomes 1 by 2. Now if you see carefully, a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2, not equal to c1 by c2. Right? So in that case, what will happen? If the first two are equal, not equal to the third one, then we say it is inconsistent because the lines formed will be parallel lines. So we write it as inconsistent solution. And for this, we don't have to draw the graph. So we go to the third part now. So we have the equation 2x plus y minus 6 equals to 0, and 4x minus 2y minus 4 equals to 0. So now a1 by a2 will be equals to 2 by 4. Taking to the lowest terms, it becomes 1 by 2. Then b1 by b2 is 1 upon minus 2, and if we take c1 by c2, this is minus 6 by minus 4, that becomes 3 by 2. So already we can see that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, right? So if the first two are not equal, then also what we say, that is, it is consistent solution, right? So it is consistent solution. Now for the consistent solution, what we have to do, we have to draw the graph. I'll just show you how I have done the graph for this. This is the graph of the third part of this question, right? I will be sharing with you in the description section. So let's write the points for them. The first one is 2x plus y minus 6 equals to 0. So the points will be the points which I have taken. I am just sharing those points with you, so that there's not a confusion with you people. So this is for the first equation. Similarly, we can go for the second equation also. You can also take common in the second equation. You can take 2 common in the second equation, and then also you can simplify, right? So after, if you take it out and then also simplify, it becomes a little bit easier to simplify. So if you take the values, what I have taken here, this is 1, 0 and 0 comma minus 2. So if you represent these two lines, and then you can find the solution, the common solution for them, right? In the first case, it will be infinite many solution because the lines will be coincident lines, and in the third part there will be intersecting lines. So there will be only one solution for them, right? Now we go to the last part of this question. Two x minus 2y minus 2 equals to 0. And the second equation which is given to us is 4x minus 4y minus 5 equals to 0. So again, we will find it out if let's find the ratios first. Then we will check it out if it is consistent or not. So a1 by a2, it is 2 by 4. So that is 1 by 2. Then b1 by b2, it is minus 2 by minus 4. It is 1 by 2. And c1 by c2, it is minus 2 by minus 5, that is 2 by 5. So again here, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but it is not equal to c1 by c2. So we say it is inconsistent solution. So in case of inconsistent solution, we don't have to draw the graph. Right? Now we go to the fifth question. Fifth question of this exercise. Right, now what is given here? Half the perimeter of a rectangular garden means half of the perimeter of the garden whose length is 4 meters more than its width is 36 meters. Find the dimensions of the garden. So what is given to us? We are given the half of the perimeter. So that means half of the perimeter is given as 36 meters. See, I told you earlier also in the previous lectures also, whenever you're doing the statement question, you should break the statement and then you simplify, it becomes easy for you. What is it? Let's suppose here, let the length is equal to, let it be the same thing which I have taken in my question also, so that there is no confusion when you're checking out the graphs. Right. So let the length is equal to x meters and the breadth is equal to y meters. Now the formula of the perimeter, if you remember, it is 2 into L plus B. Now half of the perimeter means it will be only L plus B. So from here we can form the equation. So we say according to question, x plus y equals to 36. So this is our first equation. Now the second relation which is given, that is length is 4 meters more than the width. So we say also x minus y is equal to 4, right? So let's find out some two solutions for them now. So now the first equation, x plus y equal to 36. So 18, 18, 20, 16. These are the two solutions I have taken, right? You can take some different also. And the second one is x minus y equals to 4. And we find the two solutions for this equation also. Let me take the same values. This is 4, 0 and 0, and it becomes here minus 4. So when you draw the graph of this equation, the lines will be intersecting lines, and the point where the two lines meet will be our final solution. So I have a graph for you. I've already made it. You can see this graph. I hope it's clear. If it is not, then you can go to the description section where I will be sharing. Right. So this way, and this is the point where the two are meeting, and the point where the two meet is 20, 16. That is the common solution. Therefore, I write answer here would be the point is 20, 16. So at the end you will write length equals to 20 meters and breadth equals to 16 meters. Right? Let's see the next question now. Let's do the last question first. It's a graph question, 7th question also. And then we can come back to the 6th question, in which we don't have to draw the graph. 7th question, they have given two equations, x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. The first equation, and the second one is given as 3x plus 2y minus 12 equals to 0. Now the first thing what we have to do, we have to find two solutions. Let me check out. Let me have the same solutions for you. So the solution which I have taken for the two equations, for the first one, I will be sharing the graph also. So that is minus 1, 0 and 0, 1. See, minimum 2 points are required to make a line. So that is why we find at least two solutions for them. And for the second one, right? Now what else they say? They say determine the coordinates of the vertices of triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis, and then we have to shade the triangular region also. I am not drawing the graph on the board, I am just showing you the graph. So this is the graph, and you can see it. This is the triangular region which is formed here, right? And I have shaded this portion, and you see these are the vertices A, and this is B, and this is C. And the points which we get on the graph as we will get these 3 points. A will be 2, 3, and then the B will be -1, 0, and C is 4, 0. Now, as I told you earlier also that I will be giving you some questions also during these lectures, right? So now today's question will be to find the area of this shaded triangle. To find the area of the shaded triangle, and just write the answer in the comment section, because these kinds of questions sometimes come on the board. In the board exams, they say whatever the triangle is formed with the x-axis or the y-axis, you need to shade them and find the area also. So let's see how many get the right answer for the area of this triangle. I will be sharing again the graph of this on the description. You can find the link, right? Now let's go to the 6th question. Not a very difficult question. Now what is given to us in the question? We are given one line, 2x plus 3y minus 8 equals to 0. Now what we are given? Given the linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 equals to 0, write another linear equation in 2 variables such that the geometrical representation of the pair so formed is, the first part is intersecting, the second is parallel lines, and third is coincident lines. So now we know if the lines has to be intersecting lines, then the condition should be that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. It means for intersecting lines, this condition should be fulfilled, right? So in that case, you can take any, means these two ratios should not be equal, whatever the equation you write. Suppose I write the equation 3x plus 2y minus 5 equals to 0. If you see clearly, a1 by a2 is 2 by 3 and b1 by b2 is 3 by 2. You can take any other equation also where these ratios do not form which equal, they are not equal basically, right? Then in the second part they say we require parallel lines. Now for parallel lines, we have this condition a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2, but it is not equal to c1 by c2. Again, there can be infinite number of lines which can be parallel to this line. So you can take any of the equation, but make sure whenever you're writing, this condition should be fulfilled. So what I can do, I can just double up these numbers. I can write 4x plus 6y, and this ratio, whatever the number I take here, it should not be the ratio of that number with this should not be equal to these. So it could be any number. I take suppose minus 10 equals to 0. So you see 2 by 4 is 1 by 2, 3 by 6 is again 1 by 2, but minus 8 by minus 10 it is not 1 by 2, it will be 4 by 5. So in that case this condition is fulfilled. You can write n number of equations for this. And now for the third part, which is given as for coincident lines, what we have the condition, we have all the three ratios equal to each other. So it means whenever we write the equation, in that case, all the three ratios should be equal. So again, we can write it as 4x plus 6y and then minus 16 equals to 0. You can just multiply the whole equation by any number. You can multiply it by 2, 3, 4, 5 or a negative number minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. you can again get n numbers of equations for this. So if you see the ratio, 2 by 4 is 1 by 2, 3 by 6 is 1 by 2, minus 8 by minus 16 is also 1 by 2. So this was all about the graphical solutions of the pair of linear equation in two variables, and I hope you have understood all the things which I have discussed. Make sure you give the answer of the question number 7, the area, in the comment section. I will be checking it out, and this is from my side. I hope you understood everything. If not, just try to watch the video again. Make sure you like my video and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.